Hey, gun people. Well, Illinois State Police again. Actually, this guy's pretty cool. And I kind of think the truck driver was kind of being stupid. He honks at a state trooper because he's on his phone. You know, if you poke a bear in a cage, he's probably going to reach out and try to grab you. So, I'm not saying we should run around and have to fear the cops and government, but we probably don't need to go out poking them. And not to mention that cops are exempt from talking on phone, using computers because they're government. So if you try to enforce laws on them that you think apply to you, it's never going to work out for you. But luckily, this guy, it did work out, and I'm kind of surprised.
I know he knew he was being recorded, but he did say, I realized I wasn't paying attention to my speed.
In law, we might call that an admission of guilt.
Yes.
A lawyer on the end.
Now what could be the best story of the morning. The trucker gets pulled over by the police officer, but doesn't take it.
Yeah.
He's speaking out this morning here on GMA.
You know what? He turned the law around. That's right. The driver says the trooper was driving recklessly, so the driver decided he's going to lay down the law for the trooper, capturing the whole exchange on camera.
I pulled you over the horn. I don't know what that was about.
Because you were speeding, you had your cell phone in your hand?
When truck driver Brian Miner got pulled over by an Illinois state trooper for honking his horn unnecessarily, it was a cop who got an earful.
So you honked at me because you believe I was speeding?
With his camera rolling, the trucker brazenly turned the tables on what he believed was a police officer driving recklessly.
You are being recorded.
Yeah, you are too.
Miner, who's been driving trucks for 7 years, said he felt it was his duty to say something.
Look, people. Don't be out there trying to get involved in duty by calling cops and government out. It's 9 times out of 10, probably 99 times out of 100. It ain't going to work out good. There are going to be some people that are saying good for this guy, but I'm telling you that this guy's lucky that it turned out this way. I'm not saying it shouldn't turn out, and I'm not saying citizens shouldn't be able to hold government accountable. I'm just saying you take a risk of government putting their boot on your neck when you do it. So you need to pick your battles more appropriately. And because a cop's on a phone legally, and because he's speeding, which all cops speed, it's going to be your word against theirs. You don't have radar. You're not in a car. I mean, it's just not going to work out. So besides that, you're kind of going to disrupt your data, enforce it, and even if you want to take him to court, and even if you want to go file a complaint, and even if you want, that's all on your time. So you ain't getting paid for that. But you can do what you want. I'm just saying I think this guy's lucky.
So if I'm going 70 miles per hour...
You weren't going 70. You were going well above 70.
My heart was racing, beating out of my chest.
The officer never says he was speeding and says he doesn't remember having his phone in his hand, but he does tell Miner the law is on his side.
Police officers can actually use technology when they're driving.
Oh, so you guys are above the law?
We're exempt.
That's right, they are. And you can be offended all you want, and you can try to take it out on this trooper, but all that's going to do is get you some more unnecessary attention.
In Illinois, the law does allow officers to use technology while driving and also drive above the speed limit when on official business. 2.5 minutes into their conversation, the officer walks away from the truck. When he returns, he actually thanks the driver for his concern.
So I didn't write you a ticket. I understand you're using the horn, you're trying to, you saw me speeding. Honestly, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention to my speed.
Miner says he's not surprised the officer changed his tune.
And that's what happens when they know you're recording.
So I think the cop was pretty cool. He came back, he was honest and said, you know what, I really wasn't paying attention, but I can talk on the phone, and maybe I was going a little over, no big deal. You honked your horn. I thought the cop handled it pretty damn well. I think this guy's attitude, we're going to be seeing him in a later video getting slammed somewhere, because he still thinks he won, and he outsmarted the cop, and the cop only gave in because he was on video. The cop didn't care about the video. The cop was just being like, you know what, whatever. The dude honked. All right, we'll move on. I'm on a cop's side on this one. All you guys can come here and call me a bootlicker, but sorry. All right, we'll end that there.